David Hackney again. I will try to. This bill concerns persons serving an exceptional sentence in accordance with the plea agreement, where the plea agreement was intended for the person to avoid a conviction of a third strike with a life sentence without parole, when a current or past strike would have been robbery in the second degree. In those cases, the plea agreement is not allowed to be withdrawn. However, the court, upon motion of the prosecutor, can resentence the individual as if robbery in the second degree was not a most serious crime or strike in the three strikes sentencing scheme. So this body has already eliminated robbery 2 as a most serious offense or a strike under our three strikes law. Conviction of three most serious offenses or strikes leads to mandatory life without parole. So we have already decided that robbery 2, which is a robbery which does not include a deadly weapon, does not include harm or assault, and is not in a financial institution. It is the use of force to take property, but without those three very important dangerous characteristics. So robbery 2 does not count as a third strike or a strike at all in the three strike system. In addition, last year, we went back and we made it retroactive so that anyone serving a life sentence where robbery 2 was one of the strikes was again allowed to be resentenced as if they did not have a third strike. What was missing from that are individuals who pled guilty and received an extraordinary sentence. An extraordinary sentence is a sentence that is above the sentencing guidelines, and they did so as part of a plea agreement. The plea agreement is when the prosecution and the defense, for their mutual benefit, right, decide in this agreement. What the government gets is they don't have to take the case to trial with the cost and expense to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. What the defendant gets, they generally get a break in the charging or the sentencing. So in cases where they believed that robbery 2 would have been a third strike, which would have led to life without parole, individuals accepted, they pled guilty to a lesser crime, but accepted an extraordinary sentence above the sentencing guidelines for that offense because they were avoiding the life sentence without parole. But we're suggesting now that this is more of a technical correction, that since robbery 2 is no longer a strike in the three strike system, and we have done that retroactively, we should also provide the same relief to those who pled guilty via a plea agreement to an extraordinary sentence to avoid the three strikes law.